October 25th, 1975, a day etched into the history of extreme sports and the memories of millions. Kings Island was buzzing. The air was thick with anticipation as the world prepared for a spectacle like no other. 14 Greyhound buses, a wall of steel spanning over 130 feet. This was the challenge he set for himself. No one had ever attempted to clear such a distance on a motorcycle. The margin for error was absolutely zero. Then the man himself arrived, Evel Knievel, clad in his signature white leathers, ready to face his destiny. His weapon of choice, the Harley-Davidson XR-750, a machine built for the dirt, now tasked with flight. This wasn't just for the thousands in the parking lot. Millions were watching live on ABC's Wide World of Sports. You could hear a pin drop. The world held its breath as Evel mounted his bike and began his approach. He hit the throttle. The bike screamed as he reached the necessary speed to clear the massive obstacle. Liftoff. In a split second, Evel was no longer a man on a machine. He was a projectile defying gravity. For 3 seconds, time seemed to stand still. He hung in the air, a lone figure against the clouds. He cleared the first bus, then the 5th, then the 10th. He was actually going to make it across. Touchdown! The bike slammed into the ramp, a violent return to earth that would have broken a lesser man. The silence was shattered by a roar that rivaled the motorcycle's engine. He had cleared all 14 buses. At 133 feet, it was a new world record, a mark that would stand for over 2 full decades. Evel took his victory lap, a king in his own right, basking in the glory of a successful gamble with death. In an era of uncertainty, Knievel represented a kind of fearless individual spirit that captivated the nation. But this glory came at a price. By the end of his career, Evel had suffered over 400 broken bones. Every jump was a roll of the dice. At Kings Island, the dice came up 7, but the house always collects. He paved the way for the X Games generation, proving that the impossible was just a starting point. Evel Knievel wasn't just a daredevil. He was a storyteller, a promoter, and a symbol of American grit. The Kings Island jump remains his most iconic feat, the perfect blend of showmanship and terrifying skill. So next time you see a motorcycle, remember the man in the white jumpsuit. Thanks for watching.